Hello, children. Welcome to the English class. Today I am going to explain the poem The Laburnum Top, taken from class 11th English textbook, Hornbill. It is written by English poet Ted Hughes. This beautiful poem brings us close to the nature. It gives a picturesque description of the laburnum tree and the bird activities in the tree. Yes, through the sound words, through the movement words, through the dominance of yellow color, through the visual images of laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird, the poem throws light on the philosophy of life, that is life cycle. And this process of life cycle is constant and continuous. Before we study the poem, let's know some interesting facts about laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. Children, see, laburnum tree is frequently planted in parks and gardens as an ornamental shrub because of its pendulous hanging bright yellow flowers. And that is why the tree is popularly known as golden chain or golden tree rain. All parts of laburnums are poisonous. The bark, roots, leaves, and especially the seed pods. The goldfinch bird, a bright colored bird, singing bird. And the special feature is, you can see in the picture that it has black cap on her head and her wings are black. Now, what's the theme of the poem? The poem shows how the arrival of the goldfinch transforms the still, silent, and brooding tree in the autumn, and the tree begins to throb with life. As soon as the bird flies away, the tree once again plunges into silence and stillness. The two phases of the tree reminds us of two phases of human life. Now let's start the poem and let's take the explanation line by line. The laburnum top is silent, quite still in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. Yes, on a bright yellow September month in autumn season in the afternoon. Yes, here is the tree. It stands still, quite silent, no activity, right? The leaves have yellowed and all seeds have fallen. Children, see, September is the month, is the beginning of autumn, right? And yes, it shows that tree has reached at peak of its maturity because September is symbol of brightness and maturity. And now the tree has reached at the peak of its maturity, and now the tree is in the process of generating a new life. What happens? All of a sudden, a singing bird, goldfinch, comes on the tree, enters the tree. Yes, there comes a great transformation on the tree. How? It comes chirping, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end, then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt. Yes, here the movements of the bird are compared to the movements of a lizard. As smooth, watchful, and hasty like a lizard, the bird enters the tree, enters the thickness. Yes, why watchful? Why hasty? Why alert? Right. Because as a protective parent, she is concerned about her family. She is going to see her family. She is going to feed her young ones. So she enters the thickness and a machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. Seeing her mother, the young ones start making producing a lot of sounds. So, which type of sounds? Yes, twittering, their twittering, then flapping of their wings, then other musical sounds. And the whole tree trembles and thrills. The whole tree vibrates with the different kinds of sounds. It is the engine of her family. Children see, machine and engine is used for the goldfinch bird's family. Yes, the nest having the young ones, the nestlings of the bird. Seeing her mother, they start making noise. They are happy. The bird brings energy to them. The bird feeds her young ones and she stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. She feeds her family, and as a stoker stokes fuel to the engine, in the same manner, she gives energy to the family. And then she shows her barred face identity mask. What does it mean? See, children, the goldfinch tree has hanging yellow flowers, cluster of flowers, right? Right. And yes, dangling seed pods also. Now here, the yellow bird sits behind the yellow flowers. The flowers, yes, they are like it seems that the bird is wearing a mask, and the mask has bars on it. Actually, this is the barred adjective is used for flowers, the cluster of flowers. They are like bars coming over her face. But what is the identity of the bird? It is her special feature, that is her black marks, the black markings on her head and on her wings. The bird can be recognized, can be identified through her black marks. Now, then with eerie, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, yes, making a delicate whistling sound, she flies. She flies towards the sky. And yes, as soon as the bird flies away, the laburnum plunges once again into stillness and silence. It comes into the same state in which it was in the beginning. That is, before the arrival of the laburnum, before the arrival of the goldfinch bird. See, children, yes, the arrival of bird brings a transformation over the tree, from silence to movement, from inertia, from sluggishness, from inactivity. Yes, there come fun, cheering, brightness, energy. So this is the biblical reference of the goldfinch. The goldfinch is a symbol of reinvigorating the life, energy, brightness, abundance, and happiness. Right? The bird brings energy to the tree. How? Because it feeds her young ones. So this is about the poem, The Laburnum Tree. Now, there are some points, step by step, the explanation of the poem. And yes, you can see the value points at a glance in brief. Now, let's see the critical appreciation of the poem. Yes, there is a use of alliteration, poetic device, September sunlight. You can see, yes, S consonant coming together, sharing the sound of the consonant sound of S. Then simile is used when the bird's movements are compared to the movements of the lizard, as sleek, abrupt, and hasty like a lizard. Then a machine of chitterings, it is the engine of her family. Here, the poet has used metaphor. The goldfinch family is compared to a machine and engine. The whole tree trembles and thrills. The tree is personified. Transferred epithet, as I have just explained, her barred face identity mask. So here adjective barred is used for the flowers and has been transferred from there and applied to the bird. Now the use of symbols. Laburnum tree is a symbol of peace and serenity. Yellow September, yellowing leaves, yes, symbol of autumn and process of decay. Goldfinch bird, symbol of activity, liveliness, brightness, and energy. Yes, the rhyme scheme of the poem is it is a free verse, and yes, beautiful visual images of tree and bird the poet has used. Let's see the tone and mood in the beginning and end. The same mood. There is a same mood in the poem. Serene, somber, gloomy, and dreary. But in the middle part, reinvigorating, optimistic, cheering, very positive, right? Full of energy. We see the picturesque description of the tree and the goldfinch bird. And what appeals the reader's sentiments most? It is the sensuousness of the poem. So this was all about the laburnum tree. And children, I hope that you understand the poem well. Please do read the poem once again and then revise with the notes for better understanding. And I wish you a goldfinch spirit. It means, yes, bright days around. Complete your task and achieve your goals. Thank you.